Hello and welcome. This is Tracy Allen of Digital Marketing Supply, and this is your weekly DMS blog report, the Digital Marketing Supply blog report, where I share tips on things that will help make your business world a little easier, maybe a little bit more profitable, maybe a little bit more interesting. So today I wanted to talk to you about three things to building your email list. Why should you build an email list? And so let me dive in because I'm just going to move right along today. I'll go ahead and make sure that my chat is open. So if anyone wants to say hello, please do so. And I will make sure that I check at the end because, trying to do this and wearing glasses just drives me nuts. And it's hard for me to see all the little things without my glasses. And so it just makes it easier for me to put my glasses on at the end. Hey, I see Charlene. Hi, Charlene. Nice to see you here. So, Charlene is getting ready to have an awesome show on the Mupo Entertainment Network, where she's going to be talking about cooking. And I saw her putting her parsley, what she had, rosemary and thyme, and all these good little herbs and stuff. Man, I'm telling you, Mupo Entertainment. I know I'm off gear a little bit here, but I get excited because there's so many awesome people that are getting ready to have some amazing shows on the Mupo Entertainment Network. So I'll be sharing more with you about that. But today, today I want to talk about the list. So hey Pam, good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, you're gonna have to check her out, girl. All right, so list, right? A lot of times you hear people talking about how email is dead. It's not dead. Now, just like we have a home to live in out here in the physical world, online, we normally have websites and things of that nature, right? Typically, everybody in business has a website. Then you also need an email for your post office where you're receiving your mail. So as long as you're online, you're always going to have an email address. I don't know, maybe someday in life that'll change. Excuse me, but it's always been you have an email address, and that is where you get your mail and you check your mail. Sometimes there's junk, but sometimes something interesting comes through the mail. And sometimes you subscribe to, in real life, you might subscribe to magazines if they still do that. But there's certain subscriptions, certain things that you look forward to seeing in your mail every month. So when you have a list, that is you have an audience that has raised their hand and said, yes, I'm interested in what it is that you have, and I want to stay connected to you. Now, at some point, sometimes people will unsubscribe from a list. I've done it. There have been things I've subscribed to, and then later I'm just kind of overwhelmed, and maybe this doesn't serve a purpose for me anymore. However, in the meantime, in between time, I still saw the information that the people were sending, and if it was something that's really interesting or really helpful for me, I won't unsubscribe, and I will take a look at what it is that people will send. And every now and then there's something where I'm like, oh, I really do need this thing. So when you have your list, you're allowing your audience to connect with you, the people that are interested in what it is that you have. So the first reason that you want to have an email list, where my notes go. All right. So my first thing is that there's no middleman. There's no middleman, meaning when we're using social media, Facebook and Instagram and all of these different things, they have the ability with their algorithms to limit what it is that people see. Like I've got over 3,000 friends on Facebook, and I only get a few people that will acknowledge anything that I share. It's limited. So the middleman is saying, well, we're not going to show this content to these people, unless you pay us. All right. So when you have a list, you've cut that out. You're allowing yourself to connect with the people that said that they want to be connected to you, and it's you to your list versus trying to deal with social media to get your message out. So social media is very helpful in allowing you to connect with people, but you just have to understand that at any time, for any reason, you could get shut down. I could be posting like the nicest of content and all of a sudden wake up and not even have a Facebook page. because Facebook has decided we don't want her to share her information anymore. And so now all of the people that were following me are no longer able to do that. And because I never even got the emails, I'm now disconnected. So just another reason that you want to make sure that you are collecting the names and email addresses of the people that truly like you. So, like for me, for example, I know I have a couple of lists, but I've never incorporated a list into what I do here, and I should. I should. So sometimes when I'm sharing stuff with you guys, I'm sharing it because I know I need to get on the ball and do better myself. So today I woke up and I saw an email from AWeber, and it was talking about how MailChimp is getting ready to be sold to Intuit. I think it's whatever, a couple $1 billion that Intuit is about to buy MailChimp. And so MailChimp or Intuit has been lobbying for, I'm having a brain freeze right now. I can't think of what it is that they're against. I had this in my head, but now it's gone. But if you don't want to stick with MailChimp, AWeber is a great choice. So look it up. Look into the buyout of MailChimp, and you'll be able to see more information on that. Okay. The second thing is targeted leads. So everybody's trying to make sure that you are getting more leads. When you get those leads, you should have them on a list. Even if they don't buy right now, it's okay. Like I said, at some point, somebody might see something when they need it at that time. That's how life is. You know how you're looking for something, and you're searching around the house for one thing, and then you come across something else that you need. You're like, oh man, I wasn't even looking for this, but I'm glad I came across it because I had been looking for it at one point in time, or I need this now. So it's kind of how the same thing with email marketing. There's times I'll see something like, man, I need this, was such good timing. So you're able to target your list better. Like if for cooking, for example, if you have a list of people that love cooking, that's a targeted list, right? For Pam, dealing with space and the constellations and all of that good stuff. Well, there's a certain group of people that like that. There's all of these different groups in life where you're speaking their language. All right. So you want to have a list for who it is that you're trying to connect with, that you're trying to get that message to, and you want to stay targeted on that. For example, like for Charlene, she's got her cooking that she talks about. Well, she's probably not going to send out information talking about buying real estate someplace. All right. So her targeted list is people that are interested in cooking. Pam, her targeted list, people that are interested in the space knowledge that she has. So that's the reason that you want to make sure that you have targeted lists, right? And as people opt in to hear your message, then they're able to connect with staying on course of what you have already shared that you do, the interest that the things that brought interest to them to begin with. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. And then the third one is being able to privately sell. Like if you've got things to sell, trying to sell it on Facebook, putting up a post and saying, hey, I got this thing for sale, buy my product. Sometimes it just doesn't go over as well as it can in email. Like for people that have an email list of, let's say you've got a small list. And let me say this. Don't get discouraged that you don't have like thousands of people on your list, right? Even if you only have 5 people on your list, those 5 people are worthy of hearing what it is that you have to offer. Okay. So make sure that you don't get discouraged and don't do it because you say, well, I don't have anybody to be on my list. It's okay. It grows over time if you allow it. All right. So, but let's say you've got a list of, let's say just 100 people, and you've got something that you're trying to sell. You have a better chance at making a sale through that email list privately than you do on social media. Okay. You can try both. No harm in that, but it's more of a private thing, a one-on-one. And like I said, if social media says, hey, I don't like this thing that you're trying to sell, they can easily shut you down. Whereas with your email, it's private. What you're sending out to your subscribers is what they see, and nobody's getting ready to interfere in that. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see if there were any questions. Okay, I had, and and I'm guilty of not doing as much as I should with my list. Okay, there's so many good things that I really want to do, and I need to get some help. Don't be afraid of getting help. There's all kinds of VAs and stuff out there that will work for really dirt cheap. And so it's time for me to start doing that because I'm a bit overwhelmed with everything I have going on. So I need to hire a VA to help me to organize and make sure that I'm getting information out and stuff. So I'm, like I said, I'm in the process. I'm working on doing better myself, you guys. So even if it's just a few folks, yeah, make sure that you share what you have with those few people. Let's see. Let me go down here. All right, direct connections are always better. And your honest opinion and mine too. Like that too. I'm in your life, Pam. I'm already in your life. I ain't going nowhere. I appreciate you. Have access. Oh, I have an email list and grow it using funnels. Yep. Charlene and I were talking about that the other day. Whether you use and so that's funnels goes a little deeper, but it all starts with that list. So absolutely, if you guys want to connect with Charlene, she loves the list that she's using. I have Grew funnels. There's all kinds of platforms that allow people. Funnels is another conversation. We'll get into that another time. But yeah, it's all good stuff there. Hey, big bro, little bro. That's my little bro. Sean is another Mupo Entertainment. He's the one that introduced me to Mupo Entertainment Network. And so there's so many good things I could say about Sean. He is an amazing person. And one of my favorite things about him is he is an excellent listener. He's an excellent listener. I really appreciate the way you listen, Sean. And so there's like I said, there's just so many things I want to share with everybody. But I try to keep this around 15 minutes. 40, and yes, happy belated birthday. 44 and still got more in store. I know you do, man. Okay, so man, it's great seeing you guys, and I'm going to jump off. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the chat. Pam, if you didn't go back to the last one I did, I made a Loom video just for you, and it hasn't shown that you've seen it yet, but I was showing you how to get into that back office of YouTube. So I try to make sure that if I missed out on sharing anything when I'm on live with you guys, I'll come back and put some information in the chat as well. So if you have a question that I didn't answer here, go ahead and put it in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer when I get a chance. Sometimes I'll do a Loom video so I can show you, because a lot of times it's just so much easier. I'm a visual person. I think a lot of people learn being able to see what it is that you're doing. So I can say, go here, click here, do this and do that. So I try to make sure that I put that information in here to help you guys. So yeah, so whatever your business, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you start growing your list. Make sure that you start taking care of that list. Even if it's just once a month to go up and say, hello, I'm still here. Make sure that you do that, because that allows people to know that you're still relevant. You're still doing what you said that you were going to be doing. And like I said, I've not always been the best at that myself, but I'm going to get better because I'm going to get help. All right. So that's it, you guys. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. All right. And that's it. So take it easy. And I shall see you guys next Tuesday. Yeah, there we go. Ta-ta for now.